welcome back to the channel and welcome to the first official video with the new setup. This is going to be a very important test. Let me know what you guys think of the entire setup in the comments. Again, any advice, really appreciated. As promised, for our first official video on the new format, we are going to be doing a really big update on everything Christopher Paolini related. He put out a tweet recently which updated us on a bunch of projects that are in the works. I have that tweet. We're going to pull it up in a sec. This video is going to be much more of me rambling type video, just going through each of the points that he updated us on and giving my general thoughts on each of those projects. And I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on those projects. Leave your thoughts in the comments and let's discuss. Alright, so as you guys can see on the screen, I've got the tweet pulled up and I'm just going to go right down in order. So starting with number 1, Christopher Paolini is officially in the editing phase for Book 5. This has been a long time coming. We have wanted a 5th Eragon book for so long, so it's finally good to know that Eragon 5 is happening and it is in the editing phase. It's probably going to be a while off. I'm not expecting any big updates like a title or anything like that for a while. Just the fact that he's in the process of making another Eragon book, like a full Eragon book, is just so awesome to me, and I can truly not wait for Eragon 5. As we get closer, I will totally do more videos on that. I have an entire video in mind of what Eragon 5 to be, so as we get closer to the book and we get more information, look forward to that video. It is definitely going to be a fun one to make. So as far as my early expectations for this book, it's really going to depend on when this book is set. If it's set immediately after Book 4, then we're going to get a Eragon that's probably working on rebuilding the Order of the Riders, much like how Luke has been depicted trying to rebuild the Jedi Order in the immediate aftermath of Endor in Star Wars. If you guys have seen any of that stuff, Luke is very much on a quest to find a lot of the Jedi knowledge that was lost when the Empire took over and swept all that under the rug. I feel like if Book 5 is set immediately after Book 4, we're going to get a Eragon very much like that. But if it's set in any sort of larger time skip, we're going to get a Eragon that's a lot closer to, say, Luke's depiction in the sequels. Maybe not as a hermit, but very much like a teacher type role. As we get closer to that book's release and more information comes out, I will do a more in-depth thought video on what I expect that book to be. But again, that was just my early thoughts on Book 5 before we get anything really official. Point number 2 that Paolini tweets about is the Fractalverse is nearly done. It's in the copy editing stage and he's apparently seen cover art. Of the 2 books that are coming out from him, Fractalverse definitely seems to be the one that's going to come out first. Just from the fact that he's seen cover art, it's nearly done editing and ready to be published. So hopefully, maybe late this year at the earliest, but more likely it's going to be sometime next year for To Sleep in a Sea of Stars sequel. I did a whole video on what I want to see in To Sleep in a Sea of Stars or sequel. Hopefully some of those predictions come true in that video and I turn out to be right, but I am super excited for the fact that we are very close to getting the sequel to Sleep in a Sea of Stars, because as you guys know, I really enjoyed that book and I really cannot wait to see what he's got planned for the sequel. So I am totally looking forward to Fractalverse 2, and I hope you guys are just as excited as I am. Leave your thoughts in the comments if you guys are excited for that. Continuing with the Fractalverse, as you can see for point 3, To Sleep in a Sea of Stars is getting a show, and it's in very early development. I kind of heard rumors that this was going to be a thing, but I completely forgot about the rumors for the show. But it's kind of really cool to see that To Sleep in a Sea of Stars is going to get a show. As you guys can probably see for point 4, Eragon's show is in early development, so I don't know if Disney's going to be doing both. When I do a more in-depth video on the To Sleep in a Sea of Stars show, I'll get into more of my thoughts on where I think it's going to end up. I really am pretty hyped that To Sleep in a Sea of Stars is going to get a show. That book is so cool, and wherever it lands, if they can get a good enough budget and just a good enough team to do justice to that show, I think we got a really good show adaptation, and I really want to see where this ends up going. I completely forgot this was going to happen, so it's finally good to get a official update from Paolini himself. Of course, we come to number 4, and as you guys can see on screen, we got the Eragon show in early stages of development. This brings me so much happiness because if you guys know any Eragon fans, we basically almost act like the movie doesn't exist, and the fact that we're finally getting both a Eragon TV show and a Percy Jackson show made by Disney. I know not everyone's a super big fan of Disney taking on the Eragon property. I'm going to be willing to give Disney a chance. I think a large part of how the show is going to do is going to come down to how much Paolini is involved with the show. Because if he's very heavily involved with the show, then I feel like he knows how much a show like this would mean to all the fans. It would be redemption for the movie. Again, this is complete speculation on my part, but I really hope that he is very much involved in the process and gets a really big say, like how Reardon seems to have a really big influence on the Percy Jackson show. So I'm really, truly excited for the Eragon TV show to be officially becoming a thing. We've all been waiting for this for a while, and it is really good to see that it is in the early stages at the very least, but it's still happening in the next few years. So definitely, whenever we get updates for that, I will be covering all of that stuff. I'm gonna skip number 6. I don't think it's super relevant, but number 5, I really wanted to congratulate Christopher Paolini for becoming a father. I just want to say congratulations. That is really cool, and that was the video. That has been the video. Massive thanks to Christopher Paolini for tweeting that a little bit ago, giving us updates on everything. Look forward to more videos discussing what I just talked about in more depth as I kind of mull over everything. I'm going to definitely want to cover my expectations for Eragon 5, what I think the To Sleep and to See a Star show is going to go. Absolutely going to talk about my in-depth thoughts for the Eragon TV show. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel so you do not miss any of that. A lot of cool stuff coming and a lot of stuff that I need to catch up on. So again, do not forget, like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any notifications for when I drop videos. And if you guys want to follow me on social media, my TikTok and Instagram are RM Book Reviews. I'll put links to both of those accounts down in the description if you guys want to go and follow them. I want to actually start something new, and we're going to start doing question of the video. The question for today's video is, what upcoming Christopher Paolini project that we discussed in this video are you guys most excited for? Don't forget to leave what project you guys are most excited for down in the comments. That is going to be it for me for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Keep on reading and have a great week.